welcome back to the dollhouse. I am the doll. Today I'm letting y'all in on my group chat with my OG friends from college, the OG dolls. One of them sent a message to the group. It was an Instagram post from Baller Alert. It said, calling all my sugar babies to the front. Which famous actor or singer would you choose to be your sugar daddy? And we all had a little chuckle. And one of my good girlfriends said, Samuel could just read me books and add me as a beneficiary. Plus, I know he likes black women. I didn't really think too much of it. And then I went to the comment section of the post and saw that same sentiment again. I'm picking Sam Jackson. I know for sure he likes black women, and expletives would be our love language. I was kind of baffled by those two statements because I thought by this time we knew that men of all races like black women. Not all men from all races like black women, because not every man of every race will find any woman attractive, but men from all races find black women attractive. And if you aren't feeling like you are attracting men of different races, it's probably because you're really ugly or you're awkward. You are actually ugly or you're awkward. Ugly can be fixed. Awkward can be fixed. So don't dismay. A lot of times, ugly stems from being overweight. You can lose weight and your whole face will change. You can be pretty in the face, but being overweight will really diminish your beauty for most men. They might see your face as pretty, but as a woman will still put you in the ugly pile because you're overweight. Take the dating market value quiz if you're confused about this. Just the link is here in the description box. If you want to know where you rank, you're going to get points off if you are over 20 pounds overweight. I need to come back and say this, that you don't even have to be skinny. It isn't that you have to be skinny. It doesn't hurt to have the advantage to get the attention of more men to be skinny, but you don't have to be fit to find a man or to attract a man of a different race. So I wanted to say that it doesn't hurt. You attract more people the more healthy you look, but you know, even overweight women have success dating men of other races. So I'll just leave that there. So there. Basically, men of all races find black women attractive. I mean, just look at the couples that we see in real life walking around in popular culture. For instance, George Lucas. You know, Melody Hobson is his wife. They've been married for a while, but he was rich before he married her. Mariah Huq, her Pakistani husband, married her, and she already had a child. She was a single mother. Mariah Huq from Married to Medicine. Jason Momoa, Lisa Bonet is his wife. Like Bruce Willis. Oh, this is some hot tea. This is some old hot tea. I just found out. Bruce Willis was involved with Vesta, the R&B singer back in the day. Now, if you like R&B, if you grew up in black culture in the 80s and 90s, you knew who Vesta was because she had pipes. And she actually wrote the song Congratulations after Bruce Willis dumped her and married Demi Moore. Ain't that something? Well, but what I'm saying is that, you know, men of all races find black women attractive. I actually ran across this Reddit thread earlier that basically confirms what I'm saying. So someone posted a thread in the Ask Men room, I guess, of Reddit, and asked, what are your racial preferences when it comes to dating? Curious. One man said, I lean toward my own race, but I'll take whoever is nice to me. Another one said, I never found skin color as a prerequisite. I guess if she's attractive, then I'm going to find her attractive. I've been intimate with women of all colors, with the exception of an Asian woman. Not that I don't find them attractive or anything, just the opportunity never presented itself. My wife is Mexican, but her skin color didn't matter. It was her ass that drew me in. That's funny. I don't seem to have much of a preference. I've seen too many beautiful women from all over the world. If she's nice, then she could be from Alpha Centauri as well. So basically, he would lay down with the blue woman. She's got to be able to complete a 5K. Doesn't matter where she places. She's got to be able to get it done. There are studies that show that women care far more about race when it comes to dating than men. So, then this other guy, he says, I'm at a point where I don't care really. Used to really like Asians and white girls. Now I just want a woman who will make my life easier, as it will when I am with her. Not saying that she has to be a stay-at-home wife, because that's how we make their lives easier. But that if I miss something or don't think of something, she will. Coworker has a wife who manages all the money and taxes and just kills it with budgets. And she's a hawk with their taxes and the stuff they can write off. I want a partner, us versus the world kind of deal. So, women, the lesson here is that it's not your skin tone. Either you are just not attractive or you're awkward, okay? And, the awkwardness can be improved. The looks can be improved. Sometimes black women can be awkward because they just don't know the social graces that would make them blend in with the people in a particular community. For instance, a very attractive girl from the south side of Chicago, her going to mingle with high-level executives at a networking event, it could make her feel self-conscious because she just isn't aware of the social graces. She isn't yet ready to be in that environment. Of course, that's something that can be overcome. Some women who are the daughters of the American enslaved might not know the dress code, okay? They might have bad table manners. They could be extremely loud and vulgar. They could also just feel so self-conscious that their bubbly essence doesn't shine through. They don't know what to say. They feel like maybe this man who's of a different race is judging her or just, doesn't like her. So she's not sure how to interact. She's not even sure how to be kind. So those are things that can be overcome. As far as being ugly is concerned, we know that there's always something to be done about making yourself more attractive. Weight is a major factor in that. So tackle that. Teeth, your hair, skin, those things go a very, very long way. Okay? But, it's evident that there's a lot of work to be done in the community of descendants of the American enslaved, at whatever percentage that is represented in your heritage. There's a lot of work to be done in the minds of women who feel like they're unappealing. And yes, there have been some dating studies that have come out to show, black women get they get a lot of negative results on dating apps. One of the studies was from this Facebook app, Are You Interested? And it says race is a factor. And it shows that white men and Asian women get the most responses. They get the most responses to messages. But the thing is, if you don't match with someone, then you're not going to respond to messages with them. And the fact is that black women have a tendency to be very race loyal. So they're not even opening themselves up to matches. They're not putting white men in their preference. They're not selecting white men or Asian men or Latin men. In most instances, the great majority of them have a preference for the black men. So, of course, the data will suggest that they're not responding to messages because they're not even matching with these guys. So, how would they have the opportunity to respond to messages? That kind of study data being interpreted in a certain way to indicate that, black women are less desirable. It's been used as a tool to motivate, or it's been used as a tool to manipulate women into feeling humbled, into feeling like they are less than other women and less desirable. But that's not the case. Just get off the apps and go outside. Go outside looking cute and go outside looking skinny. Go outside looking cute and skinny with clear skin. Go outside looking cute and skinny with clear skin and good hair. Somebody is going to try and holler at you. Now, know your audience. If you're out trying to attract, you have to be attractive. So know your target as well. The type of man you want to attract. Be conscious of what most men like, and it's the same foundational things. So don't be scared that men don't like you. Even if they've dated or married a woman of another race beforehand, it doesn't mean that they do not like black women. Obviously, we've got Russell Wilson to prove that. So just know that men of all races find the descendants of the American enslaved attractive at whatever percentage that is represented in their heritage. However, not every man of every race will find every woman attractive. There are some men who just have a preference. Men like women of all races. And so I just don't sense that we have really grasped that yet as daughters of the American enslaved at whatever percentage of, in your heritage, you're represented from 1% to 50% to 100%. So I hope this makes sense. If you're in the market, maximize yourself with your looks. And of course, by just being kind, you will open yourself up to be pursued by men of all races. One thing that is also somewhat baffling to me is that women who are the descendants of the American enslaved feel like they are discriminated against in the dating market on one hand, and then on the other hand, feel like they don't want to be fetishized. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I ran across an article in Ebony talking about dating online and how dating apps can leave black women feeling fetishized. And it really has a few opinions that are confusing. For instance, if you are an exotical woman, you should not feel ashamed that other people enjoy that fact about you. It may not be the only thing that they like about you, and it doesn't mean that they don't like blonde women, or red-haired women, or Indian women, or dark-skinned women. They notice your unique traits and are complimenting you on that. It doesn't mean that they are fetishizing you. That word is so hard for me to say. I'm going to read to you the experience of one young woman. She said, "I don't know what it is about me. I just think it's the combo of my skin and dark hair. But everyone thinks that I'm a Latina queen." Ali shared. Her name is Ali. I had a lot of people saying, "Hey, mommy," and then I do get a lot of questions about my race as openers. I think they're just trying to be original, but they're not at all. She says that many label her as exotic to try and compliment her. I've noticed that with Arabic men in particular, they find it very attractive that I am a different version of their ethnicity, she says. They'll say things like, "I want to know where that name is from." And I'm like, "All right, I don't care, first of all, and shut up." I, it just, there's a contradiction there. You don't want to be fetishized, but then you also don't see how you're closing the door to accept compliments on your beauty. Just because he compliments you on your hair or dark features or mistakes you for being racially ambiguous, which you acknowledge you are, if they acknowledge that about you, it doesn't make them someone who dislikes darker toned women that you need to defend yourself from. Or it doesn't make him someone who is trying to fetishize you and be involved with you just because that's the only thing they like about you. It's just a unique feature that you have the privilege of um, of owning. So own it. These are things that I observe as an MLS woman, the descendant of the American enslaved and slaveholders. The daughters of the American enslaved feel like they are discriminated against in the dating market, and they might be shy about opening themselves up. And in order to facilitate the true melting pot of this very rich country, we shouldn't limit ourselves out of the fear that certain types of men don't like black women. You know, it isn't every day that you run across a very confident, beautiful, elegant woman, period, of any race. So just embody that characteristic, and of course, you will experience more dating success. If that's your aim, if that is your aim. If it's not your aim, do whatever feels right to you. But for the women who are curious about why they don't have more men approaching them from different cultures, it's because they might be awkward or they might be unappealing. So I won't say ugly. I'm going to change that to unappealing. So I hope that this is helpful and that it bless your life. Please come back tomorrow for another video, unless something weird happens and I don't upload one. I will talk to you all soon.